The alleged pipe bomber is in court today, being arraigned. I'm not sure what time that is. And there's all sorts of information about this gentleman's connections to public life. Here's the way Jake Tapper covered this yesterday. This is number 21, please.
Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction by means of explosion. CNN observed local and federal law enforcement outside his home in Woodbridge.
I don't see race. I don't see race, but he does not appear to be a white man, whatever that means. And then there's lots of questions about why this took so long to solve. The Trump Justice Department, FBI say they didn't have new evidence. They just sifted through it better. But people are wondering, why didn't the Biden Justice Department solve this? Larry, thoughts on those two questions of Jake Tapper and why this took so long to solve?
Well, you tell me, was that a teleprompter situation? Is Jake just reading the teleprompter and he's not plugged in on the story? Because that's just weird,
I don't know,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah, I guess. Although it does raise the question of who wrote the teleprompter.
Yeah, it's kind of a Ron Burgundy thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jake's a Ron Burgundy type necessarily. I think sadly,
I'm no to use the word necessarily.
The Jake Tapper moment there does play into one of the larger narratives here, though, which is there's a suspicion from the conservative side of the equation that because this suspect, and you rightly say, Mark, the FBI under Chris Wray and Merrick Garland had the evidence there, they just didn't apprehend this person and arrest him, that the evidence they had, it points them to a suspect that did not play into the larger narrative about January 6th, that it was all about MAGA white supremacy and insurrection and all of that, and this would have undermined that political narrative and also could have been used as exculpatory evidence against so many of the people who were arrested on January 6th. And I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case, but those questions need to be answered.
Larry, like Tucker, is just raising questions.
I take it very personally. And you guys know I worked in that building for a long time, and my mom every day. I mean, she would be so nervous about me going to work, and that's just not what the way things should be. And I don't think the Bidens tried to cover this up for political reasons. I mean, there's no place in politics for this. These young kids who are working at the RNC and the DNC should not fear for their lives going to work every day when they're trying to serve their country, serve their parties. Yeah. And so I take
amen to that.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.